were somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold.
Everybody has their own. Nobody locked up. Everybody is free to roam.
Moving over this and over this. If you cannot be feeling this.
Oh, wow, man. We made it another week, everybody. Again, thank you for coming to hang out with us. Welcome to the hang. I think there's only one proper way. Pardon me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hang. I present to you a content creator, a rapper and live streamer, our video editor, Mr. J.R. Butcher.
Thank you.
At his side, he's a comedian, a wrestling historian, an undefeated wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, El Jefe, Mr. Alex Jaffe. Our guest today, he's a content creator, former pro wrestler, comedian, as well as a content creator at Jackson Media and Retro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gene Jackson. And I mean moi.
There you go.
And of course, doing our announcement, Uncle fucking Frank.
Man, it's
Also
so
our
awesome.
host this week, right?
Yeah, I guess I am today.
I guess you are.
Man, it's
I
so
was
cool.
trying to break into my Corey Macklin impression to introduce you there, Frank.
Oh shit! Well, give it to me, man. Give it to me. If I only get it one time, man, let's hear it.
Dave, we got Uncle Frank in there. It's going to get ridiculous today.
Oh, yeah. Very, very awesome. You guys, Gene Jackson, he does a lot to help the show. We'll get to a little bit of promos later on. What do we got going on right now, JR?
On them sunny days, I roll up.
Oh, yeah.
On them rainy days, I roll up. I stay high, always keep a spare rolling up. Can only live once, homie, roll up.
Shout out to the hooligans, always providing the music for the strain of the week. What are you hitting on this week, JR?
So this week, I have some lemon cherry diesel. So it's a sativa dominant hybrid strain that is bred by crossing red velvet and lilac breath. It has a zesty citrus, pepper, and sharp diesel fuel aroma. It tastes like sweet lemon and cherry, followed by a gassy diesel inhale. It's really tasty.
Right
Yeah,
on.
I'm loving it.
Right on, as always, all products coming from the Flower Bowl, 315 Inkster Road in Inkster, Michigan. Tell Sal, Simone, Shy, any of them that we sent you in 30% off your first visit. And if you fill out a review, you get a free pre-roll. Again, go over 315 Inkster Road in Inkster, Michigan, and you tell them that we sent you. And this week, I'm hitting on Critical Kush. And Critical Kush is a potent indica dominant. I'm going the other direction than JR this week. Created by crossing Critical Mass and OG Kush. And it's renowned for its earthy pine aroma and fast-acting, deep, relaxing body high. Check that out. Is widely used to manage insomnia and chronic pain and stress. You don't think I'm too stressed out right now, do you? So it's working miracles, man. 315 Inkster Road, the Flower Bowl. Tell them that we sent you.
With the way you two were positioned briefly, it looked like JR was taking a hit off of Frank's head.
Brains,
Yeah.
brains. Don't do that, man. I've got very little left to give, and you truly don't want those. You read the
Now, when you die, we're going to scrape the inside of your skull for resin.
If that's the only place you find it, then I've failed somewhere in life.
I got a buddy who He told me he was gonna steal my body and scrape my lungs and smoke whatever was in there.
So what do we got for our first match this week, JR?
Hey, so looks like your match is lined up first. So what did you bring?
Oh man, I figured we'd go retro since we've got the retro wrestling. I think I always bring the retro, honestly. It's about, my memory goes. But today I brought a match that is a battle of the super kicks. And with as generic as the super kick has become today, I wanted to show the importance of how just building to one finish is. And this match is Chris Adams versus the Great Kabuki.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Started.
Now, one of the kind of odd things as well is this is full circle. And what I mean was this isn't the first time that they did this match. This time, Adams is the heel and Kabuki is the baby face coming out with Sunshine. And at this moment, Chris Adams was teamed with Gino Hernandez. And they were really, really a hot team at that time. Had a lot of heat going with the Von Erichs. But again, this match was a battle kind of the super kicks and kind of a return, this time with Kabuki as the babyface as opposed to Chris Adams.
Like when they do the reversal like that, run the match one way and return it back.
As a kid, I always enjoyed watching Kabuki, so I was pretty happy when he turned babyface, where I could openly cheer him without judgment from my friends. But man, Gino Hernandez and Chris Adams, one of the just greatest heel tandems of all time, dude. There's a lot of that on YouTube, folks, and go check that out. They need to be talked about more than they are.
Wasn't the story of how Chris Adams came into like the U.S. wrestling scene? Wasn't it that he was supposed to be the pen pal of one of the Von Erich brothers?
That very well could have been.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in WCCW.
We're supposed to believe any of the Von Erich brothers were writing letters.
Story.
Writing or reading letters.
Now here's a crazy thing, and this goes with kind of the universe and timing. This morning I was watching, it was the video game Saturday Night Slam Masters and the finishes off of that, and Kabuki was just now wearing the outfit, and I think they based the character off of Saturday Night Slam Masters off of Great Kabuki that was
Nice.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
If you want to believe the hype and the kayfabe, Kabuki, the father of Great Muta.
Oh, I was there, man. They had me hook, line, and sinker right from the start with that.
If Gary Hart says it, it's got to be true, right? I mean, he's so convincing.
According to Gary Hart, do you know how they produce the poison mist?
How?
It's because these Japanese wrestlers have a special gland, and they have to massage the gland to form the poison, and then that's where the poison mist comes from.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a
whole
recurring
promo
theme
about
on
it.
our show.
What?
I was gonna say, we talk about the poison mist a lot. It's kind of like a reoccurring theme with our show.
Yeah, and here's the thing, though. There's different colors of poison mist. There's the red mist, there's the green mist, there's the black mist, there's the polka dot mist. Every type of mist actually does something different to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember they had different potency, and like the black was like just the killer. I remember Gary Hart saying that, you're not gonna have a good day with any of it, but like with black mist, you're fucked. Like it's just doomsday.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice, the first part of this match, all that they were doing was back and forth, building up to that kick, and they finally got the one in. So, a little bit of psychology there on the side. And again, it could be so easy to do again in all reality.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be kind of hard now because Chris Adams has been dead for a while.
Touche, sir.
Somebody needs to teach these Japanese wrestlers how to massage that gland and get that mist out. You know what I mean? Like Tajiri found it. He it probably took him a while, but he figured it out. But
Yeah, and
somebody's
nobody
not
really
smarter than
uses
these
the
guys
mist
up.
anymore, do they?
There was a poster. There was a picture that I saw a while ago that was signed. That it was Kabuki, Muda, and Tajiri all breathing the mist on another wrestler while he was airborne.
Yes,
It looks so cool.
Yeah,
You gotta find and send me a link for that one. I think they're about to make some money here.
Well, I mean, like I don't have that post. I don't have that picture signed, unfortunately, but I saw it someplace. I'm like, that is freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the color of the mist just depended on how rough of a weekend they had that weekend. You know?
I mean, like Missy Hyatt was known for blowing the white mist.
Touche. Bang bang.
Set that one up.
I was saying, wait for the bang bang.
We're shooting today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh,
have you seen Missy Hyatt recently? He looks more like Missy Motel 6.
yeah. Time has not been kind.
Could be worse. Could be sunny.
Oh Lord.
Oh
man.
Dig a hole for that one, I'm pretty sure.
Funny dreams to look like Missy Hyatt right now.
Yeah.
God.
I did find that picture, so I will insert it.
Weird how times have changed for real.
Yeah.
But here's the long.
Meanwhile, Ivory still, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one has seen sunshine since about 6 months after this match here. Like she just fell off the face of the earth.
Now, if I remember correctly, her and Jimmy were cousins. She had originally started as a manager valet for Jimmy Garvin.
Yep.
I actually saw Jimmy Garvin this weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, he still has the mustache. Doesn't have the hair though. And actually, you know what he did after wrestling?
Yeah, he's a pilot.
Yeah, he became a pilot for like Warren Buffett's company or whatever.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then and he was on this panel or whatever, and one of the other people on the panel was Medusa, and after she was done wrestling, she went and started driving monster trucks.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Because remember in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like so many wrestlers and whatever had like a monster truck or whatever, but she legitimately drove hers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how do you practice or get into that though? But still, props on her.
It's kind of cool. I don't know if you ever seen how they work. They actually have 4-wheel steering.
Yeah,
you have like 2 different steering wheels. It's insane. I've always wanted to check. Like be kind of cool to drive.
And not to mention, Medusa is absolutely amazing. Over at the Hall of Fame weekend, there was a bunch of balls being dropped during things like the silent auction, and she really stepped in even when she didn't have to, though. So props to Medusa.
Oh, yeah.
She's a solid person.
I got to do commentary with her on a show a few months ago, and she is just the coolest damn person in the world.
I know. She's awesome.
It's great to hear stuff like that. Because like I really loved her as a kid. You know what I mean? Loved her plays back in the WWF days.
Oh yeah, and then there was a softball game of JBL's team versus Medusa's team, and you could just see that they were doing all this pro wrestling shtick, and you could just tell that they were just having a blast. So as a fan, it was just kind of nice just watching these people just having fun. So yeah.
A cool thing she did at that show, like she was watching everybody. She did commentary on one match, but she sat in the booth with us and watched the whole show. And in between matches and like an intermission, she was going back and finding the different wrestlers and like giving them like tips and some, advice and different things like that. And just out of love of the business and trying to help folks out. Man, you don't see a whole lot of that at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Garvin, man. I wish I could have been there this weekend. Like we recently had a heated debate on my network about whether or not Jimmy Garvin's really a freebird or not. And me and Brandon Wheeler were 100% yes, he is. Rob,
did you have a debate about whether it's his fault or not?
No, I think everybody had to agree it definitely was not his fault.
Fantastic.
But now some people were arguing if it was Michael Hayes' fault for him being called a freebird, but Miranda Gordy did an interview with Rob, and she said that Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts, everybody was on board with Jimmy being a free bird. It's never been a question. So I thought that was pretty good, definitive
Now,
answer.
here was the kind of joke on the rib on the square with Jimmy Garvin was that he got rid of Sunshine so he could get 2 paydays since his wife would take over as the valet.
Hey, smart move.
There you go.
And here's the crazy thing. They're married now for like 54, 57 years or something crazy like that. Or at least they were together for that long.
Yeah.
Because you made a comment about that. Like, that's absolutely insane, especially for like someone in the entertainment sphere.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking, specifically in wrestling. You know, you don't really hear marriages lasting very long in wrestling. I mean, we obviously know.
Yeah. If I've ever given any advice, it's keep them away from the business.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like he broke the cardinal rule. He brought her in the business, and it still worked out for him.
Yeah.
There's the super kick. One kick, and it knocked him over the top rope.
All the way over top.
Through the table.
The table.
Damn.
One kick.
Well, if you think that Brian Adams can take a super kick, well, wait until you see him take a 38.
Chris Adams?
Yeah, Chris Adams. Yeah. Not Brian Adams.
You can probably say the same for Brian Adams, too, based on some of the things that went around, but, we knew
he ain't had it since the summer of '69. What? But yeah, just making the strikes actually mean something in this match is something else as well. I had just seen some highlights of death matches, and this guy kept throwing light tubes one after the other on the guy, and it's like, for what? Why? You're not going to sell the first fucking one. Why bother with it?
Other 10.
Yeah. What the fuck? You lost me at like this. I'm done.
Yeah.
I understand that they're glass and that they shatter and all that stuff, but I don't understand why they would really hurt that much, because as somebody who's transported them to shows before, they shatter if you look at them weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a moment. We had a moment where I was told back in the day that some of the backyard guys were going after our shows, days after our shows, and they were doing stuff that they had seen at the show. And so I switched my finish up for a couple weeks to the cross-faced chicken wing, because I knew that one of these guys would get their buddy and get halfway into it. Hey, motherfucker, quit it. What the fuck?
Hit me with that light tube again, dude. That was a lot easier.
Hey, yeah.
This what
please.
When you're talking about imitatable behavior, what you should have done is you should have really switched it out and just started studying calculus.
If I did that, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. You'd be talking about who's that fucking asshole.
Well, I mean, you could have used calculus to calculate like optimum bong smoking ability. You could have gone like higher than you've ever been before.
Calculus will get there.
What?
I said, as soon as I learn how to spell calculus, we'll work on it. Any Google search calculus.
Yeah, get that Google. I use voice text.
Sir, that textbook isn't rolling papers.
So again, this match, not super 100 high spots in a row. It's actually making each thing mean something. One strike. Now he's selling. Imagine that.
I think the misconception amongst like young people now is like they thought that guys didn't do all that shit back in the day because they couldn't. It's like, no, any of those guys could have done that. They didn't, because they made the things they did do mean something.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Like, and you can do 1,000 things. If none of it means shit, you're not impressing anybody. I mean,
Oh yeah, and to explain to a guy, one kick, there it was, the super kick.
Yep.
Boom. 1, 2, 3, ball game.
And that kick he just did that in this match, somebody could do that in a match today, and they wouldn't even slow down. Like, wouldn't
And
even
that's
register.
and that's where the point again gets so lost that anything could be as dangerous as you want to present it in the wrestling business. All of this is, and there's the receipt and what happened out of the ring. How dangerous was that kick? He's still got his heat now as well. We talked about at this moment, he was one of the hottest heels. So he just put over the baby face and still keeping his heat at this moment. Look, that cowardly motherfucker.
According to Tony Adams, that wouldn't be the only time he would knock a blonde woman around.
Man, and you know, if anybody wants to honestly see the fate of, look up the documentary Gentleman's Choice with Chris Adams, and you'll see the actual. Yeah, it didn't have a happy ending. So, hey, why don't we get a word from JCW and check out what Kendo's match of the week is at this moment.
JCW Lunacy. New episodes every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. For over 25 years, JCW has delivered the very best in pro wrestling entertainment, bringing fans deep storytelling drama, gut-busting comedy, and unbelievable in-ring action. From wild characters to unforgettable rivalries, JCW has built a legacy that spans generations of fans. Whether you've been watching since day one or you're brand new to the chaos, there's never been a better time to join the madness. See why JCW is the hottest promotion in independent wrestling today, where anything can happen, and usually does.
Take a look at this!
Don't miss a single moment. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube and catch up on past episodes right now. JCW Lunacy. It's more than wrestling, it's a way of life.
And all my ninjas off the chain will remain mashing against the grain while it lasts.
not Ascending the Clowns. This is Pony Down Showdown. In order to make sense of next week's match, which will take place at the Send in the Clowns show. In order for that match to make any type of sense whatsoever, I had to go back and do this one first. Butler Jeeves, not to be confused with the manservant Jeeves, taking on Too Tough Tony. Again, Pony Down Throwdown took place just a couple weeks before the Send in the Clowns show. And in order for that match to make any sense next week, we had to do this one first. Now, Butler Jeeves was not a wrestler. There was some fuckery. He ended up with the title. I'm sure that Richie Boy and Truth Martini, who are with him, had something to do with that. So basically, Butler Jeeves is going to do whatever he can to try to stay away from Tony, because Tony is an experienced wrestler. And he's just going to fuck up the Butler, who is, I would say, part-timer, if anything. Yeah, Tony's just going to whip him around, basically beat his ass, and you think it's just going to be a squash match in which Tony wins the title. I won't spoil the ending, but it may or may not go that way. Tony with some vicious chops there to the fucking chest of Butler Jeeves. Again, any of the new fans of Lunacy that might not be familiar, Briar Wellington has been around with JCW almost since day one, and he has had other Jeeves in the past. This Jeeves is Butler Jeeves. The Jeeves that you might know from Lunacy is none other than the manservant Jeeves. Which, not to throw any shade, the manservant Jeeves has yet to win that JCW title, or any gold for that matter. And OG Butler Jeeves here won the big boy. Tony with a nice drop kick there. As you can see, Richie Boy jumps up on the rope. I do believe that's referee Drew Taylor in there. Tony gonna go for a big time move here. Nice flip off the top rope, dropping that big leg across fucking Butler Jeeves' neck. Again, goes for the 3 count. This time, Truth Martini pops up on the rope, gets the referee Drew Taylor's attention. Not sure why Richie Boy hopped up again. Here we go. Tony setting him up. Tony might have had a few too many shots of Bacardi Lemon backstage. He can barely get up, but he's going to execute perfectly that Tony Salt off the middle there. More fuckery, man, this match. This time again, Richie Boy harassing referee Drew Taylor, pulling him out. Like always, did the best I could to clean up this old footage from an internet pay-per-view. This took place 2011, so the video quality over streaming wasn't quite as good as it is nowadays. Still never perfect by any means. But I tried to clean the footage up to the best of my abilities. Tony about to hit this big time maneuver. Boom. Face him. 1, 2. This time the referee gets pulled the fuck out. Chris Martini got hit with something there. So now the referee's knocked out. I'm not sure how he's knocked out, just by getting pulled out. But either way, referee's officially out. Tony's about to hit that meteorite. And as you can hear, the music hits. All right, so basically what happens is Officer Colt Cabana and Deputy Weedman come out. They arrest Too Tough Tony, and they take him to jail, and apparently he's going to get raped in the ass. I sure hope not. Butler Jeeves, Truth Martini, Briar Wellington, they demand the count out. There's the count out. Here is your winner, Butler Jeeves.
Man, thanks a lot, Kendo. That was a really awesome match. Great selection. Man, JCW, they've been on point. You better look out Gathering. We're all looking forward to that. Hey, who brought the music this week?
Hey, so I've got the music this week, and I have a special treat for you guys. So, as some of you guys know, I am a part of a group called Angry Acid Boofers, and we have a song coming out. It'll be probably right after this episode. Called 8 Ball and 2 Milli. Now, to preface this, no work here. I don't do cocaine. None of us do cocaine. we did a song about cocaine because of a meme. So so nobody think, hey, this guy's a fucking big cokehead because that's all I rap about in this song. But it's called 8 Ball and 2 Million. We can go ahead and check her out right now.
I'm just asking for 8 ball and 2 million. 8 ball and 2 million. I'm just asking for 8 ball and $2 million.
AAB, bitch. Shaggy the Airhead. On the beat.
I'm just asking for 8 ball and $2 million.
Start me with an 8, watch me flip that quick. Turn that into a habit before you even know it. Turn the half into a hole, then the hole into a meal. Turn that meal into 2, never slowing down, no chill. Trying to make the stack, gotta make you do a backflip. Hustling this work and filling up all these caskets. Tragic how you lost cause you stuffed it up your plastic. MJ knows, only thing we stuffing is acid. AAB, killing losers with Odie Brody. Got fire so good, too much to leave your mom lonely. This shit right here, hear the shit here, homie. Left with it, they're talking to you, only staring at your homies. Give me 2 mil, I'm out this bitch. Blunt and fit next to a fat bitch with some big tits. Taking his acid as I cruise in the sunset, kid. Never fuck up and give me an 8 ball and 2 mil, bitch. Fit next to a fat bitch with some big tits. Taking his acid as I cruise in the sunset, kid. Never fuck up and give me an 8 ball and 2 mil, bitch. Never fuck up and give me an 8 ball and 2 mil, bitch. Never fuck up and give me an 8 ball and 2 mil, bitch. Never fuck up and give me an 8 ball and 2 mil, bitch. Never fuck up and give me an 8 ball and 2 mil, bitch.
I'm so broke that my brain is broken. Pass me that flower cause I can't stop smoking. Won't keep living on hope and doping. I'ma take his gun and get something done.
Put me in the ground with my MP5 cause I wanna keep shooting even when I'm not alive. Loading up mags on my 9mm, trying to fix my life while smoking on a Jeter. I'ma get this money any way that I got to. I'll even do it for the rock like I was fought to. Push me a pipe or make me a pasty. I don't like coke, I just think that it's tasty. Gems was reborn, but I'm born to relapse. Got angels on my shoulders doing lines off a plaque. If the gods are coming, better bring me a scale. Judgment day weighing out my soul for sale. Give me an 8 ball, 2 million in cash, and a casket with a mirror so I can line up the glass. Baby Billy grin, all veneers and deception. Polyester profit of the powder reception. He said there'll be a payday, I'm waiting on mine. Till then, cut me up another fucking line. He busts cocaine with a rhinestone hand. Sanctified still will get you closer to the band. If there'll be a payday, it's paid in bone. Interest compounded while I'm sniffing alone. 8 ball testimonial, sequins and sweat. 2 million reasons I can't quit yet.
I'm so broke that my brain is broken. Pass me that flower cause I can't stop smoking. Won't keep living on hope and doping. I'ma take his gun and get something done.
Running around this bitch like I'm a fucking lunatic. I got this coke up in my guns and in my brain I got an itch. I don't remember how I got here, all I know is that I'm rich. I got $2 million fucking dollars and an 8 ball. Paint up on my face but I can't feel it, it's numb. Me and all my killers geeked about to go dumb. You know we like our powder with that Weaver's red rum. When you hear these beats get on them feet, you should run.
Lazy and crazy, Shaggy the Airhead, your bitch. AAB, bitch.
Yes, that was a Louisiana Crazy Shaggy the Airhead beat, and that was, of course, featuring Big Mac, who, you know, we just saw 2 episodes ago, and then my homie Fruit Loops, who I really hope to get in here sometime soon so you guys can meet him. But yeah.
So when's that drop again?
I'm going to submit it for distribution the day this episode aired, so by the end of that week, that song will be dropped on all platforms. JR Butcher and Angry Acid Boofers.
Very, very awesome. You know what, man? Hefe, do you have a dramatic reading for us this week?
Yes, I do. This next dramatic reading is from the modern day poet, Hulk Hogan, and the sonnet is Hulkster in Heaven. I read it in the papers. I saw it on TV. I guess there will be one empty seat when I'm wrestling in Wembley. I used to tear my shirt, but now you've torn my heart. I knew you were a Hulkamaniac right from the very start. Right from the start. You were my friend. You were my friend. I'll see you again. This is not the end. When the Hulkster goes to heaven, 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 we'll tag up again, again, again. The world just lost another Hulkamaniac. A friend to the end. I'll see you again. I wish Hulk's love could bring you back again. You were my friend. You were my friend. And I'll see you again. I'll see you again. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing,
amazing stuff.
Well
amazing
done.
stuff, sir.
I was dying.
I'm trying to read my own handwriting, and my eyes are like, that's not going to work for me, brother.
That doesn't work for me.
I have moments of that. I have moments just like it. My typing has dyslexia, even fuck. So we got another match lined up.
yeah, we got Alex's match. What did
What
you
do we
bring?
got this week, Alex?
This is Andre the Giant versus Baron von Raschke. For those who don't know, Baron von Raschke is the individual that is standing next to me in my intro image. He's the first pro wrestler I ever met when I was about 8, 10, somewhere around there. I just saw him just recently at Waterloo. He has to be about 84 years old or so. But yeah, it's like unsung guy from the AWA. If people haven't figured that out, he was like a Baron von Raschke, like a German character about 20 years after World War II. So draw your own conclusions there. But I tried finding a good match of Baron von Raschke, and let's face it, though, like when it comes to that territory era of like the 60s and the 70s, they would save like the big matches for the actual local cards. So a lot of the matches you'll see of Baron von Raschke on YouTube or whatever are just against like enhancement guys. So this was one of the big names that I saw. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's check this out.
Yeah, let's get it.
I was trying to look and see what territory this might be.
There's Bobby the Brain Heenan in it, so there's a good chance that this was AWA. And this is back when Andre still had a bit of a little afro going. There was another wrestler that comes in midway through the match. I can't remember who that is off the top of my head, but this is from 1974, from what I gather. So I'm assuming AWA.
The reason I was looking,
what?
Andre looks hungover here.
I mean, if you've heard about his drinking stories, the answer is probably yeah. Yeah. I mean, most people will have a glass of wine. He'll have a gallon.
A barrel.
Yeah, and afterwards he'll be more.
Now the other promotion I was thinking this might be was WWA out of Indianapolis.
Yeah,
that's a possibility as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah, according to Google, it was AWA.
It was AWA?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Good looking out, JR.
Yeah.
So this might even be Minnesota then, Alex.
Well, does it say where it took place, like the location, like the city?
It said it could have been Green Bay or Omaha, but it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's kind of weird about the AWA is they were the upper Midwest. We had like, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Omaha, Illinois and whatnot. So they had that particular swatch of the country. But then in the later years, they would film their TV in Las Vegas. So it'd be like this splotch and then just bloop.
Right.
Kind of weird how that worked out.
Yeah, the showboat.
Exactly. But like I'm sure that they made it work financially, at least for a bit. But at the same time, just like as an outsider looking in, it just seems like an odd choice.
Yeah.
I'm wondering though if in reality that they got that just when they got the ESPN deal. So
Wouldn't
all that,
surprise me.
yeah. So all that would be is just a promo, a giant promo for them.
Yep.
Yeah, for the showboat. So of course you can have wrestling here. How many different casino commercials were actually out at that time?
And it
I
feels
don't
like
think
that
I've
was one
ever
of the
seen a
deals. They were
casino
constantly
commercial.
saying from the showboat, from the show. You know, they put it over hard, so that makes sense.
Yeah, they had the banner. Yeah.
It's always fun to see Andre in these days where he's slim and he still can move, you know, and rather than the Andre most people are familiar with, the 87 until the end.
The lumbering Andre. Yeah.
Yeah.
When people would talk to me about like how great Andre the Giant was, I would always have the image of Andre when he could barely move, and it's like, really? But then you see some of this Japanese stuff, and he's whipping out like tombstone pile drivers out of nowhere, you know?
I know when I finally saw that tape of him coming off the top rope with that like bombs away off the top rope on stud in that cage match. I was like, what the fuck? Like that happened for real? Like, wow.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm just thinking like, why didn't we have that Andre? You know?
Yeah, that was from Philadelphia. I just seen that recently.
Did you know where Big John Studd got his name?
No.
He got it from the title of a John Holmes movie that I believe was called John Studd.
Nice.
I'm dead serious. And he threw like an extra D at the end or something like that.
Extra. There's some irony there. He threw some extra D.
Yeah.
Some extra D. Man, it writes itself. What the hell?
That's what I love about Alex. I was like, I never know for sure if he's being serious or
not.
I'm
serious.
That was same thing. I was like,
could have went either way.
Yeah. Is it a joke? Is this gonna be...
And he says, no, I'm being serious. His expression never changes. It's amazing.
You didn't think we'd keep him here for his boy band good looks only, did you?
Well, I mean, I knew the dramatic reading had a lot to do with it because, I mean, that's top notch. I mean, when I heard what he was going to read, I was like, oh, thank God I'm here for this one. I remember hearing that. Was the end of Stranglemania where they played that song over the credits?
Can't remember. I remember getting the CD Hulk Rules and like all the such classics like Beach Patrol where Hulk Hogan utters the phrase "Hey there, girlfriend." Yeah, such a strange product, you know. So yeah.
He's keeping with the times.
I keep threatening my buddy Bob like we're gonna do a show where we just play that whole CD and talk about it. He's like, oh my God, dude.
No, you want to listen to something interesting? Check out "Be a Man" by Randy Savage, like his rap album.
CD?
Dude, listen to his rap album.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of the clips, but I've never heard it linked.
Listen to the whole thing.
The
like,
whole album isn't like.
Dude, listen to it. Yeah, like if people don't like. Now he's rapping well in the Macho Man voice, the only voice he really can do. And for people that don't understand what Macho Man sounds like, just picture a white jaw rule. Okay.
Oh my God, I've never heard of it described as that.
That's pretty just good. Picture a white jaw rule that really does not like Hulk Hogan. Okay, there you go.
That's Macho Man, white jaw.
And then after that, he made a whole album, and like most of it was all about Hogan. And then Hogan's like, "Yeah, we patched it up at the end, brother. We were cool." Like,
you're running from Hogan. You're running from me, Hogan. Like I got a disease, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I literally just listened to that album like 2 weeks ago.
But we made things right before he died, brother.
Yeah.
I seen him in a hospital. He flipped me off at first, but we did things right.
Wait, dude, I knew he was cool.
One of the cute things. Yeah, one of the cute things about Macho Man, it's toward the end of his life, he had a 3-legged cat, and I believe it was called JYC Junkyard Cat. Like, how adorable is that? You know?
Man, I've seen that picture of him holding that cat. And it's like, Can't beat that. I'm a cat.
I know.
I'm a cat fan, and I'm definitely a Macho Man fan. I had a buddy that had like lost track of Macho Man, and after about like 1990, he's one of those guys. I got out of wrestling, and I didn't keep up with him. So I told him one time, like, well, he made a rap CD. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, Macho Man made a rap CD. He's like, no, you're fucking with me. I'm like, no, he did. He's like, he was a rapper. I'm like, I didn't say he was a rapper. I said he made a rap CD.
I want to see a home video of Macho Man playing with his cat. He'd be like, hey there, kitty. Who's a pretty kitty?
Get off the couch, yeah.
Get off the couch, yeah. Poop in your litter box, yeah. Stop
Man, you're
so fun.
Oh, damn. Baron's just biting on his face here.
Yeah. Notice that Andre has to get on his one knee for Baron to be able to reach.
Yeah.
And Baron is supposedly about 6'3", and I'm 6'2", so we're about the same height.
I got a picture at a convention many years ago of him putting me in the claw. That was
that's awesome.
Pretty great day. Damn, Heenan clocked him.
The funny thing is, like, that picture with me and the Baron from when I was like 8, 10 or whatever, and even the picture that I have like just this last weekend, the Baron looks about the same, even though there's probably about 30 years between each one of those pictures. Meanwhile, I have gone completely to shit.
I told my wife that when we met him. I'm like, he looks exactly like he did when I was a kid. Like, that's the secret. I was like, I'm going to have to shave every bit of hair off of my head, my face, my eyebrows. And she's like, no, don't even joke like that. I was like, but nobody will ever know how old I am. She's like, and nobody will care if you look like that.
Now, the person I consider to be the greatest worker in the business is involved in this match, and that's Bobby Heenan. I think Bobby Heenan was the greatest worker of all time in the business. And he could do it all, and convincingly on all fronts. So
I can't remember if it was you, Frank, that made this comment during the last show that we did, or someone else. But Bobby the Brain Heenan, he wrestled like a manager and he managed like a wrestler.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, he made that famous.
Yeah.
Bobby Heenan has my all-time favorite Hall of Fame speech of anybody. Like, if you haven't, anybody watch this, if you haven't seen it or heard it, check that out. He's so happy to be up there. It's just like, he's just in the zone. Like, it's tremendous.
Killer Ken Resnick.
Yes.
The guy from the AWA. He told the story about how he got ribbed by Bobby Heenan. Like, because not very many people would mess with him because they were afraid he was just going to bury him on commentary or whatever.
Right.
So what happened was, the match is over. Shit. So what happened was, Ken forgot something in his room, and he was already at the studio. Bobby was still in the hotel. So what he told is, Bobby's like, hey, can you go in my room, grab that thing for me or whatever? And he's like, sure, that's not an issue. Then he hangs up the phone and then he starts realizing, oh my God, an unattended Bobby Heenan is in my hotel room. And he's like, that's just an idea of fear. Like, what the fuck is he going to do to my room? And then Bobby shows back up to, the studio or wherever the hell he was with whatever item that he needed. And he goes, he's like, Bobby, what did you do to my room? And he's like, nothing. It's like, you're going to rib me. He's like, no, if I would have gladly ribbed you if I was able to sneak in there, but you allowed me into your room. So there's no fun in that. And he's like, okay. After a while, he ends up going back to his hotel room. He opens the door really just like an inch because he's afraid that something's going to jump out at him. He opens all the drawers very gingerly just in case one of them's upside down or whatever. He checks out the toilet, checks out the sink. He's like, everything looks normal, which is good. Then he gets in the bed and just yells, Keenan! What Bobby did was he snuck out 4 salt shakers from the hotel restaurant, and he just dumped the salt on the inside of the bed, under the under the pillows, in the pillows, all over, so he couldn't see the fucking salt when he was about to get into bed. So that's what he did to him.
That reminds me, though. Heenan's statement kind of reminds me of an old trick back in the day. And if you thought a guy in the locker room was kind of a thief or went into bags and whatnot, hey, man, hold my wallet while I go to the ring.
Yeah. I've heard that story. They tell the person, like, hey, man, I hear someone's thieving around here, so why don't you watch my money, you know? And you hand it to the thief, and you're like, well, you can't steal it from me now. But then going back to that Bobby the Heenan rib story, what made it even crazier is because Bobby walks him to his room, right? And he's just waiting there outside the door for him to discover that thing in his bed. And as soon as he hears him yell, like, Heenan, you just hear a voice from the hallway going, sleep well.
Yeah, just stick around for the fucking payoff. Man.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah,
exactly.
you can't mess. You know that word.
I'm telling you, man. What? I don't even know if things like that exist anymore for the boys, man. With the way the business is today, it used to be so much fun, man. I don't know what it's like today, but.
Well, some of the other wrestlers were talking about some ribs that they were doing, and they're like, "Oh, wasn't that fun?" And here I am, with a guy with a degree in criminal justice, going like, "I don't think that's a prank. I'm pretty sure that's SA." Yeah, that's a felony, man.
That's
What
a
the crap?
felony.
Man, real quick, man, while I've got the chance, we've got a lot of people that support us, and it's the only reason that we're here and the reason why we do this show. And we can't thank you guys enough. Right now, let's take a moment and give a shout out to all of our supporters.
Oh, hey, Shovel, Precious Juggalos. Hey, I paint things and I have merchandise. I have all kinds of stuff like this, and this, and this, and that, and this, and these, and that, and this, and that, and this. Oh, and did I mention that I also do this?
Hello, wrestling fans. This is Jim Fannin, and I am the host of Fannin's Flashbacks, a podcast about tales from IWA Mid-South Wrestling, the most controversial wrestling company of the late 1990s into the 2000s. Join me every week as I am joined by one of the wrestlers or fans from those shows and hear about famous shoots like Ox Harley and Corporal Robinson in the dressing room, or Ox Harley and Wolfie D in the ring, or like Flash Flanagan and the Shooting Stars in the crowd. I've been joined by American kickboxer Tarek the Great, Madman Pondo, Bull Payne, Mitch Page, Mickey Knuckles, Nate Webb, Tank, Toby Klein, and yes, even Jimmy Jacobs. So you can listen on your favorite podcatcher by searching BNMVS Network. That's BNMVS Network. And every Friday morning on YouTube at 7 a.m. and 6 a.m. Central is the premiere, where you can join me and chat along as we watch the episode there on YouTube. But if you have a subscription to IWTV, that's Independent Wrestling Television, ran by Smart Mark Video, watch the app or watch the podcast there, please, as we have added footage.
Hey everybody, I'm Gene Jackson, and I want to introduce you to the Retro Wrestling Archive Podcast Network and the great pro wrestling nostalgia podcast we bring, including the Retro Wrestling Review Series covering the USWA, Memphis Power Pro Wrestling, Continental Championship Wrestling, and we've just added World Class Championship Wrestling, and now ECW. Plus great interview shows like Beyond Wrestling with Rob Held, where the stories go beyond the ring. Then there's Dangerous Conversations with the legendary Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Tommy Wildfire Rich. Plus, don't miss special live streams like Live from the Archive and Arc of an Angle. And the Retro Wrestling Archive Network is growing. We're proud to feature the affiliate shows like STS Pod, The Hang, Classic Pro Wrestling Talk, Get Your Bell Rung, and even more great shows are coming soon. That's not all. Join the Retro Wrestling Archive Patreon for exclusive bonus content, early podcast releases, special extras, and access to a Google Drive that is absolutely busting at the seams with territory wrestling history, including our legendary Memphis Mega Folder. Podcast, interviews, watch-alongs, live streams, YouTube, Patreon, territory wrestling history. It's all waiting for you at RetroWrestlingArchive.club, where we're preserving pro wrestling history daily. Don't just remember it, relive it.
Man, Gene, somebody look familiar there.
Yeah. Good Lord, you're able to keep people watching this with that face showing up every week.
That's the payoff, man. We're like,
Yeah,
they just stay right in. Look, we've got people that actually, And if we haven't mentioned it before, you can catch our show as well over on Retro Wrestling Archives, Gene Jackson's channel. And right now, man, Gene, we just want to fucking do some promo work with you, man, and promote you, man. I know you were a former wrestler. What area did you grow up in, man?
North Mississippi, right in between Tupelo and Columbus, Mississippi, in a town called Aberdeen. And grew up a huge wrestling fan. And where I lived there, we was about 2 hours from Memphis. And so we got Channel 4 out of Columbus, which had Continental. We got TV5 out of Memphis, which had obviously Memphis wrestling, and then all the usual national things. But I was able to see, like, they did spot shows in Columbus for Continental. They did Memphis spot shows around Tupelo in the area. So that was the wrestling I got to go see live when I was a kid. So that's what I was a huge fan of, and I felt connected to those wrestlers more than the people on WWF or Crockett or any of that stuff.
Yeah, Tupelo, just the name Tupelo. If anybody knows history, the Southern Territory was reborn with one match in Tupelo, Mississippi. Gene?
So, yeah, so my claim to fame, like the biggest thing I ever got to do in wrestling that literally touched my heart, I got to be in a 6-man tag team match in Tupelo. It was me, Tony Dabbs, and Brett Michaels, not the guy from Poison. And we took on the team of one of my best friends, Neil Taylor, Jerry Lawler, and Bill Dundee. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to wrestle Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee in freaking Tupelo. My dad came. It's one of just a handful of shows he ever went to. And my little brother and some cousins and different people were there. So it was just really cool. I tried to talk them into going and fighting the concession stand. The promoter was dead against it. I was like, just let him bust a jar on my head. That's all we need. And they're like, nah, we're not doing that.
I think they had the
Did
rules
you promise
before.
him that you were going to stay away from the popcorn machine?
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question.
But yeah, to your point, the match you're referring to, Frank, is the big Tupelo concession stand brawl with Lawler and Dundee against the Blonde Bombers, Larry Latham and Wayne Ferris, who, folks, if you don't know those names, would later become, I guess, more commonly known as Moondog Spot and the Honky Tonk Man. And man, just one of the most famous matches and angles in wrestling. I would say Memphis wrestling history, but really wrestling history. There's people that ain't really seen any Memphis. They've heard of the concession stand. They've heard of Jerry Lawler and Andy Kaufman, and they've heard of the concession stand brawl, whether they saw it or not. So pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, it was the rebirth of that territory because the territory was getting ready to fucking fall on its ass.
And you remember why, right?
Please.
How the territory nearly died? Jerry Lawler, being the fan of playing touch football every Sunday, goes out and referee Jerry Calhoun literally breaks his leg playing touch football, right? And he's in the middle of a huge angle. He's out of the business for like 11 months, and the damn territory nearly died with no Lawler on top. And Jerry Jarrett never let him live that down for the remainder of his days. And he almost killed the territory playing freaking football.
Yeah, I had heard another story about how the territory almost died from it might have been somebody telling me a story, but
well,
somebody's dad was seen without his fucking towel in the shower by a woman. And she ran through the territory screaming, "He got a little dick! He got a little dick!" He said it damn near killed the
town. Oh man!
I mean, look, at least it was touch football, not good touch, bad touch football, right?
True, very true.
Now, what year did you start wrestling yourself, Gene?
1997. I graduated college in 97, started going to some local shows, come across a gentleman named Sammy Hall, who was not only a heel wrestler, but he was the state athletic commissioner, and he trained the guys. And so trained with him. I never paid a dime. Initially, I intended to be a manager because I wasn't an athletic guy. You've seen me. And so I showed up like, hey, I can run my mouth with the best of them. I've studied wrestling my entire life, not just watched it. I've studied this shit. I want to be involved. I want to be a manager. So he says, all right, we'll come to Fulton, Mississippi, to this little abandoned building on the side of the road on Wednesday afternoon. And so I went after work, and I go, and I'm watching some of the training, and I'm looking around. I'm like, And so Sammy goes, hey, get in the ring. I was like, I'm going to manage. He's like, if you're going to manage, you got to be able to take bumps. You got to learn this shit. Get in the ring. I was like, okay. So first thing he does, he backs me in the corner. He's like, I'm going to give you a monkey flip. I'm like, do what? He's like, I'm going to give you a monkey flip. I'm like, I can't do that. He goes, well, then just get out of the ring then. He's like, do you want to do this or not? And he called my bluff. I'm like, all right, I want to do this. I'm like, so what am I going to do? He said, just when you feel it, go with it, and you'll know. And I'm like, all right. So first bump I ever took in a wrestling ring, Sammy Hall fired my fat ass from one corner almost all the way to the other. And I landed, and I'm like, fuck, I'm still alive. Okay, that went all right. Took a couple of more bumps, and then he's like, hey, come outside. And he said, hey, do you notice anything in there? I was like, well, it's hot as fuck. Y'all don't have an air conditioner. He's like, no, not that. He said, did you look around the room? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're twice the size of anybody in that room in there. He said, those are going to be some of the guys you would be managing. He's like, how believable is it if the manager looks like he could kick the person's ass he was managing? He's like, if you're going to do this, you need to learn to wrestle. And I'm like, well, if you think I can do it. And he's like, well, you just did it. And I was like, well, all right. So that's how I ended up becoming a wrestler instead of a manager. And I did that for quite a few years. And eventually I did, when I moved to Alabama, I did start managing, and I was still twice as big as everybody on the show. And nobody really gave a shit by that point, because none of those guys could have whipped anybody, whether I would have been 2 foot tall or 10 foot tall. But man, I was never a sports guy. Like I wasn't like a football fan, baseball fan. I didn't have a favorite college team and that shit. It was just always wrestling for me my whole life. And you know how that is, man. You got your little small circle of friends that you get in the corner and talk about it with. You know, you get picked, you get made fun of, like, oh, every time they wrestling, gay shit. And you know, and it is what it is. But man, I was a huge fan of Memphis. Like I said, I was a big fan of Lawler, so I ended up getting to wrestle him 2 or 3 times. That was cool. I got to wrestle Dundee, got to tag with Dundee and Don Bass and Brickhouse Brown, and you know, Doug and Tommy and all these different people that were my heroes growing up. So I never made it. I never got to be like on any big TV thing. I did some TV, but nothing real big. Never got anywhere. But man, I got to wrestle the guys I looked up to when I was a kid. It was, you know, it was enough for me. You know, I felt like I managed to accomplish something. So
real quick, man, to kind of put a bow on that thought, you did something that you dreamed of, and that's a big important thing in life. And everybody sitting here goes after what we dream of. We don't sit around, we don't talk about it. Well, one day I'm going. No, we go and we fucking do it, man. And that's what this life is about, man. And kudos to you for just going and fucking doing it. And now look at you, the point you are now, and just the content that you're creating and the way that you're providing a service for everybody else now. Kudos to you again.
I appreciate it, man. I do. And I think those experiences, I think I'm doing now what I was meant to do, to be able to, you know, make content and help tell the history of wrestling and, you know, keep some of that alive. But I think having experienced what I experienced kind of informs, you know, my knowledge of it. And so I can understand what I'm watching and what I'm, you know, presenting to people more so than just some guy that was just a fan. So I think I got to do just enough to know what I needed to know to do what I do now. And I love what I do now. Like, I'm not one of these guys that's going to sit, like, I don't have a podcast every week so I can sit and shit on Monday Night's Raw, but I don't watch it anymore, man. I don't enjoy what's coming on, but guess what? You don't have to. It's not for me. It's not for guys over, like, you know, I turned 49 last week. It's not for guys my age. And I understand that. And I know there's certain people, you know, with the initials like JC and stuff like that make a killing just shitting on current wrestling, and kudos. But I'm not going to be that guy. If I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to watch it, because there's not enough hours in the week to watch all the old wrestling that I want to watch, and all these podcasts that I got going. I stay busy enough. Like, I don't really pleasure watch anything now. If I'm watching something, it's because I'm doing a review of it this week or next week, or I'm writing an article about it, or I'm doing something. Like, there's a purpose to it. But when you enjoy what you're doing and you have a passion for it, it's not work. You wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I know you guys do that.
Exactly. We mention all the time that as a group, we look forward to doing this every week. This is something that we truly enjoy. Guys, questions? Guys have questions?
So like why did you get out of wrestling? Was there like something that happened?
The main reason I got out initially was I had a job and I couldn't work it around my schedule, but I wasn't at a point in wrestling where I could make a living doing that. So I had to make a choice. Like, I'm either going to have shit jobs the rest of my life so I can work around my wrestling habit, or I'm going to have to pursue some kind of career and put the wrestling aside. And so that's what I did for a few years. And then I got to a point where I could dip back in and manage and do things here and there around my actual work schedule. And like now, I do the play-by-play commentary for a company called EPW over in Mississippi, and they've got TV coverage all across the Southeast. And so I go over there a couple of times a month and do that. So I get to be involved, but I'm not in there taking bumps, and I'm not, at risk. And again, I think I'm better suited for that anyway. It's probably what I should have been doing.
So do you have any stories of like really messed up ribs that you were a part of, whether delivering or receiving?
I don't know. You may or may not call this messed up, but with the one I'm most famous for that people tell, and people will like grab me in a dressing room and go, "Hey, tell the bestiality story." Well, you always have to tell it, because somebody can't go, "Hey, tell the bestiality story." And I go, "No, I'll tell it next time." Because people are like, "No, no, you can't tease that and then leave, dude. It's going to leave a bad image." So I'll try to make this as concise as I can. But so when I was still training and had just kind of gotten started wrestling, but we were still going and training every, like, it was like Tuesday and Thursday, we were still training every week. And Sammy would bring in, different guys to train them. And this is 97. The internet's just really starting to get to be a thing, and not everybody's smart. And so he wouldn't smarten anybody up, until you were ready to have your first match. So there was people just passing out. And this is an aside to where I'm getting at. But like one example, like this guy shows, there's like 5 new guys show up at one time. And the loudest of the bunch says, "Hey, before we get in the ring, I want you to teach me how y'all fake them chairs." And Sammy said, "What'd you say?" He said, "I want you to teach me how you fake them chairs." And Sammy said, "I'll show you how chairs work." He said, "Grab me that folding chair over there." Now, this was an old schoolhouse, so there was these rusted ass 50-year-old chairs in there. And it was so rusty, the guy could barely close it. So he gets it closed and he hands it to Sammy, and Sammy says, "All right, now I'm going to teach you how to do this, but you got to follow my instructions explicitly." And the guy said, "Okay." He said, "All right." He said, "Now bend down." He said, "All right." He said, "And put your hands right here on your knees, plant them." And he was, "All right, a little further, a little further." He said, "Now bend your knees a little bit." And the guy's bending his knees. Me and Chris Kilgore and Josh Holly, we're looking at each other. And Sammy goes, "All right, you ready to learn?" The guy said, "Yeah, man, just go ahead." Sammy rears back with everything in his body, cracks this guy across the back. And I mean, that guy just face first on the floor. And he goes, "Get the fuck out of here. Don't you ever say the word fake around me in wrestling." Swings one more on the guy before he can get up off the floor, and he leaves. But there's another guy in that same bunch. Dude's about 6'4". He's got a big mullet and a beard. He's got on Daisy Duke shorts and a t-shirt, and he's got on like hiking boots and big volleyball knee pads. This is how he got out of his truck. Like, he rolled up in his truck and he got out dressed like this and comes inside. Sammy goes, so what's your name? He said, the Beast. Sammy said, I didn't ask you what your gimmick was. He's like, what's your fucking name? He said, what's what everybody calls me, the Beast. He said, I'm going to give you one more chance. I didn't ask you what everybody fucking called you. What is your fucking name? He's like, Brian. He said, okay, Brian. Get in the ring. So he carries him through a couple of bumps and tries a few different things. And the guy's okay. So he joins the class. He starts training, comes around to having his first match. And we've been watching him every week. He comes in dressed like this. So the day of his first match, he pulls up, he gets out. He's got on the tank top. He's got on the Daisy Duke shorts, but he's got on like work boots. But he's got a Piggly Wiggly bag, and the Piggly Wiggly bag has the hiking boots and the volleyball knee pads in the Piggly Wiggly bag, and one roll of tape that's about half gone, and not athletic tape, it's electrical tape. So he comes in, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna start getting dressed for my match." And he switches like Mr. Rogers. He just changes shoes and he slips the big volleyball. He puts the boots on first and then struggles for 10 minutes to get the volleyball knee pads over the goddamn boots. And we're just watching this guy in awe. And then he puts electrical tape around his wrists and all this shit. He goes out and has his first match, second match. And about the third show, we've gotten used to this scene, so we're not really paying attention. And so we're just over there talking, and Tony and them's like, yeah, we're thinking about trying this gimmick. And Chris is like, yeah, we tried this new catchphrase on the mic the other week. And I see the Beast is over there listening. He's like, hey, man, I need me a catchphrase. I want to get something put on a T-shirt. So I cut my eyes over there at Chris and Tony. I said, really? He said, yeah. Now, keep in mind, this was like 1998. So Mortal Kombat was real big at the time. And I was like, hey, man, you know how you ever played Mortal Kombat? He said, it's that fighting game, ain't it? I said, yeah. He said, yeah. I said, well, at the end, I said, like they have the different kill moves where like you reach in the guy's chest and rip his heart out and shit. And it'll say like fatality. I said, or the dude turns into a fucking werewolf and it'll say animality. And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, what if yours play off the popularity of Mortal Kombat and your catchphrase is like bestiality? I like it. I said, what is it? And everybody enters about to bite through their fucking lip.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He walks outside and everybody just dies. And they're like, God damn, I wonder who's going to smarten him up. So he comes back inside and he's like, I went out there and told my old lady about it. She said that there's a T-shirt shop down here in South Tillo that we can go Monday and get some shirts printed. I said, yeah, that'll go over big. And I said, but you ain't got to, go out there and do it tonight. I was like, grab the microphone and just fucking say it, And it's like, so his music plays and here he comes busting out of the curtain. And we're all, there's a sellout at the other dressing room door. We're all gathered around looking. And I had like 10 friends. I was still in college and I had like 10 friends from school that just happened to be there at night. So beforehand, I had slipped over to the curtain. I called one of them over. I was like, Mike, dude, I've got the Beast, guys. I've convinced him to use his bestiality as his gimmick, and he's going to say it on the fucking microphone. And he's like, no, somebody's going to tell him, right? I was like, half these guys in the locker room don't even know what that means. I was like, we had explained it to like 3 guys. So the music plays, Welcome to the Jungle, of course. Busts through the curtain. And as soon as he swings the curtain, he throws his arms out. And he goes, I'm fixing to show you some bestiality. And half the crowd shows indifference, but the other half looks fucking terrified. And so I poke my head through that other curtain and he's coming towards me and I go, say it on the microphone. And he goes over, grabs the mic away from the announcer, goes, I said, I'm finna show you some bestiality. Everybody's like, whoa. He goes in the ring. Dude, he was so pumped. This is the first reaction he got. He's had like 6 matches to this tune of silence. This is getting reaction, so he's hyped. Everything, clothesline, bestiality, back elbow, bestiality. Wins the match, and he's shouting it all the way through the curtain. And so, surprisingly, nobody smartens him up. Nobody says anything. He leaves the building on fucking cloud 9. So we go back to school on Monday at Northeast in Booneville, and guys are going around telling me, like, dude, Gene tricked this guy into, he's this wrestler called the Beast, and he told him he should say his gimmick's bestiality. He don't know what it means. This motherfucker's out here shouting in front of old ladies and children, and he's fixing to show them bestiality. He's just looking for an animal, I guess. I don't know. So I had 10 friends the first time, just based off the fact that they think some, hillbilly idiot is going to shout bestiality. Dude, 30 people bought tickets to that show.
Look, yeah.
So Sammy, the promoter, gets wind of it, and he's like, "Hey, you gotta end this night." I said, "Sammy, you're selling 30 tickets tonight that you wouldn't sell." He's like, "For real?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, most of these folks don't know what the fuck that means anyway. Whatever." So week 2, same thing. He doubles down. He goes straight to the microphone and yells it. He's going direct. He gets up in people's faces, going, "Do you want to say some bestiality? Huh? Do you want me to say some bestiality?" Just fucking nuts. So we got another week of it. So the next week, there's literally a whole section of the crowd now that's just people from Northeast coming to see if this story is true. By the 4th week, he shows up. He's usually there 2-3 hours before the show starts. The 4th week, he shows up late. He walks in the building, and I mean, he looks like he could just murder somebody. I'm like, uh-oh, this can't be good. So he comes in the dressing room, and I'm like, this dude's huge. He's liable to literally kill me. Like, this may be the end. This may be like put something about it on my tombstone for But anyway, he comes in the room. He just glares a hole through me. Then he goes over and he sits down. I was like, "What's up, Beastie?" And he said, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "I went to the t-shirt shop Tuesday with my mom." So now I'm like,
"Oh fuck,
yeah." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I didn't tell her what I was getting. I just told my mom to take me to the t-shirt shop. I needed to get a shirt made for my wrestling, so she took me down there." And I told the guy that I had a gimmick I want to put on my shirt, and I told him, could I get him to put bestiality on the shirt? And the guy immediately told me to get the fuck out of his fucking store. My mom said, "Wait, what did you tell that guy to put on your shirt?" And he said, "Bestiality." And she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He said, "Do you know what bestiality means, Gene?" I'm like, "Sound like some cool Mortal Kombat shit to me." He jumps up and runs over. He's like, "You were having me yell at people that I was fucking animals in front of everybody." Like, dude, you gotta admit, that's pretty fucking funny. And he's beat red. He looked like the damn gym teacher beating some butthead. Like, yeah. And he's like, for the last 3 days, I was pondering exactly how I was going to murder you. He said, but then I told a couple of my friends about it, and actually, that's pretty fucking funny, dude. Like, you got me. And he shook my hand and thought it was funny. And it became like this legendary story. Dude, like I said, I would always have to tell the entire story because somebody would be like, "Hey, tell the bestiality story." And I can't be like, "No, I don't have time," because then they're like, "What the fuck is that?" But yeah. And then the next time I seen the guy 10 years later, I had moved to Alabama. I come back, he was a bushwhacker. He was in camo pants and a singlet, and he was coming out to the old bushwhacker song. Yeah, so that's my greatest rib of all time. Hope it.
Holy fucking shit, man!
Yeah.
That has got to be once a year for our show, like Alice's fucking restaurant. Okay, once a year
should have
they
typed
play
it up and
Alice's
had Alex read it dramatically.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
you
JR, you've got to clip this and make it a hip hop song, dude. There's a song called Bestiality. Yeah. Yeah, do it, please, God, do it.
Put it on a shirt.
I need to grab my phone charger. I'll be right back.
Holy shit, man.
Yep, that was amazing.
JR, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Hey, the whole butcher shop, man. They've been throwing down, and my other homies in AAB, Fruit Loops and Big Mac, they both been killing it. We got some awesome stuff coming up, so yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Big
get
Mac.
excited.
Yeah, Big
Yeah,
Mac
you can
really held it down in the episode, man. We'll have to get him
Yeah.
back on, man.
Yeah, for
Gene,
sure.
anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh man, I just like my crew over on the Retro Wrestling Archive. Like, you know, I've got all the great affiliates like you guys, but then it's like, you know, my buddies, Brian, Josh, Rob, Scotty, who we do all the different shows. Like, man, they're great as far as doing the shows, doing the research, and then getting out there and helping push it and get the word out. And you know, they love this stuff too. So you guys understand, like, you can't do anything without a solid team behind you that, you know, like-minded people that, you know, support what you're doing. And man, they're a great bunch of guys to have with me. And I just feel fortunate to have them on my team and guys like y'all, and for like great affiliates out there that's doing cool stuff, like stuff that I can be happy to promote and not be like, do I really want to put my stamp of approval on this? Like, what are people going to be getting when they, you know, they see it, you know? Because in the past, like, I love Frank, but then, you know, maybe the show that I was promoting, I didn't necessarily dig everybody involved, you know? So then I was like, when it kind of, they stopped coming into my Google Drive, and I was kind of like, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to say nothing. So you've got some awesome people with you now, and so I can kick those out even if I share it before I have a chance to check it out. I can share it with confidence and know, hey, this is a good show, this is cool shit, and I'm not going to get embarrassed by, you know, what's out there. So thank y'all for that.
Yeah, really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Oh, Hefe, you got any shout outs?
So I want to give a shout out to the Beast for not murdering Gene when he had the opportunity. So I have one final question to Gene. Is there any video of him offering to show the crowd bestiality?
Oh my God. I'd be looking for it.
So at one time I had like 4 or 5 VHS tapes that had these shows I was talking about on them. And so another kind of famous story or infamous story. So I was dating a girl who was also my valet, and she was she was videotaping the shows. Like, she had a camera, and her mom sometimes was there and was videotaping the shows. Well, she for like the holidays one year, she went down. She was from the coast in Mississippi, and she went down the coast, and like, I got word that she hooked up with some dude down there on the coast that were coming up working the show that we were having the following week. So I found out about it, and, you know, I could have called her up and cussed her out, or when she got back to town, I could have broke up with her and, you know, made a big scene. But I decided, hey, it's wrestling. Let's make some money. So I wait till we get to the show and our music plays and we walk out to the ring and we're fixing to start the match, and I grab the mic and go, oh yeah, by the way, and I bust her out on the microphone in front of like 400 people and break up with her in front of the crowd. And so the announcer's like, so does she need to stay in your corner? Or I was like, she can stand on that corner of the ring, or she can go stand on the corner of the highway out there. It sounds like that's what she's more suited for, but I don't give a shit either way. And so she goes running through the curtain squalling. Well, that was short-sighted on my part, because all those tapes went with her and I never saw them again. So surely to God, there's somebody else that was at some of those shows that recorded some of that stuff, but I haven't been able to find them, because there are plenty of people who were there who can back it up. But as far as like video evidence, I've been asking for years, like somebody, just one clip of one match, just him shouting at one time. I would love to be able to show that. Yeah, but man, like, these were some really, like, the tapes we had were like really good. Like, and yeah, it almost would have been worth sticking with her for another couple of weeks till I could procure them tapes and then pull them. But I was kind of mad at the time, and like, some of my friends were there and her mom was there, and so I was like, yeah, let's just humiliate her. And a bunch of her friends from, like, she was going to Mississippi State, and a bunch of her friends from Mississippi State was there. So I'm like, yeah, this will be a good time to call her a whore and break up with her in front of all these people. And the best thing was, she had her video camera set up at the back of the room, so I'm playing with her camera. And I said, don't worry, I'm making sure your camera gets this. You can watch this and enjoy it again later when I busted you out for being a hoe in front of all your friends and family that are here.
I think the courts would call that a crime of passion. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
You can plead that as a crime of passion in many fucking states, I think.
Yep.
So, real quick, I want to give a shout out to the hustler, Rip Rogers. Make sure you check out his show, hosted by Von Lilas. Shout out again to our chat. We really, really appreciate everybody coming out, checking us out. Again, everybody, please share, give us thumbs up, shout outs as well on your social medias. We really, really appreciate it. Where can people find you, Mr. Jackson?
So I've got links to everything I do at retrowrestlingarchive.club. There's links to the podcast. There's links to our merch store, our YouTube channel, our Patreon. All that stuff is right there at retrowrestlingarchive.club. So we really appreciate it if everybody check that out.
Yeah, El Jefe.
You can find me at facebook.com, Alex Jaffe, or Instagram, Alex Jaffe Comedy.
JR.
JR Butcher on all platforms, and then on Twitch every night, 6:30 EST, twitch.com/J_R_Butcher. And we do AEW watch parties every Wednesday. So come tonight and watch Dynamite with me and come hang out.
Awesome. Find us as well at High Energy Motivational Performers on Facebook, at Hemp on 420 at YouTube, and you can find me at #Gypsy for Life. Everybody, let's give them a whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Whoop. Let's get some.
Hi, I'm Cliffy, and I'm here today to tell you about an amazing new product that I got that you want, that you need in your life. It's called Ninja Vanish. If you're like me, you get yourself in a lot of sticky situations. How you gonna get out of them? Who's got time? Who wants to deal with that? You need Ninja Vanish. Here's how it works. You're in a situation, you gotta get out of the situation, bam! Hey, where'd I go? You don't know. And more importantly, no one else knows. You piss your pants in your friend's couch? Ninja Vanish. You fart in an elevator? You gotta get out of there. Ninja Vanish. You walk into a gay bar? Ninja Vanish. Unless you're gay. You get in a fight with a hooker? She bite your tongue off? Ninja Vanish. You reference old things that aren't even funny no more? Ninja Vanish. You pull out too late. 9 months later, you got a problem on your hands.
Baby, I have something really important to tell you. I'm pregnant. God damn it!
Ninja Vanish. Your mom catches you jacking off.
What are you doing?
I'm using the bathroom!
Well, I'm coming in there.
No?
Ninja Vanish. You wake up next to a big girl in the morning that you don't know how you got there?
You was a minotaur last night.
She's got a dick. Ninja Vanish. Hey, and for the ladies, you can use it as well. It ain't just for us guys. You fart while your boyfriend's going down on you. Ninja Vanish. Alright, now tell you what I'm gonna do. 'Cause we can't do this all day. I'm gonna give you a month's supply of Ninja Vanish for $29.95. It's made in Thailand, so you know it's good. You also get this, the Blowfuck. A phone with a breathalyzer. You'll never drunk dial again. $40 value, absolutely free in the next 15 minutes. Hey, you've tried the other guys? Now dip out with the best. Ninja Vanish.